Wednesday, April 24th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's take a look from the Avalon Pier web camera this morning. That's what it looked like during the 5 o'clock hour. 47 degrees there in Kitty Hawk, pretty chilly. And the Atlantic Ocean looking fairly churned up this morning there below the pier. Highs yesterday, not too bad around the region. A lot of areas in the upper 60s. Now, it was cooler over in northeastern North Carolina where the clouds were around for a longer period of time. 59 the high in Elizabeth City. That northeast flow kept things cooler over that way as well. But up to 67 yesterday in Boone, 70 in Asheville, and upper 60s in much of the Piedmont. Low 70s down around Columbia. This morning, it's a lot of upper 40s and lower 50s for temperatures in many spots across the region. And we have a cold front that's moving our way. Pretty easy to pick up that front when you look at temperatures across the region. Ahead of the front, 60s all the way north into Columbus, Ohio, even Buffalo close to 60. And then behind that front, much colder, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Little Rock at 47, but Tupelo, Mississippi, sitting at 67 degrees during the 5 o'clock hour this morning. On the radar, nothing around here, but as you might expect, near that front, some areas of rain, a few thunderstorms, and even a little bit of snow up into parts of Michigan. Pretty good batch of rains moved from Ohio into Pennsylvania. Some steady rains in parts of Indiana, Illinois, down from there into parts of Tennessee, Arkansas, and then more scatter type of activity in Texas and Louisiana in association with that front as it's gradually moving to the east. So that's the overall setup here, what it looks like on the radar, and that front will continue to move to the east. Now we're going to squeeze into the Piedmont zones. A warm, dry, and breezy day today. Highs will push well into the 70s, even maybe a few low 80s. And the rain will hold to our west until we get to this evening. Now, in the mountains, the areas of rain and a few thunderstorms will arrive by this afternoon. But for the Piedmont, it'll be this evening and tonight, and I really don't think it's going to be a huge deal. A few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two, but I just don't think it's going to be a big problem. Even rain amounts don't look that impressive. There's the latest run of Stormcast, and I think everybody east of the mountains probably less than a half of an inch, at least in 98% of the region. And some spots are going to struggle to even see a tenth of an inch of rain, if that. Some folks won't see a drop as the system moves through tonight. So that storm system really kind of drying up as it pushes into the area, and here's the reason why. There's your main upper level energy up there in the Midwest, and it's pulling northeast, so the dynamics pulling away from this system. So you get a pretty decent area of rain and some thunderstorms up until you get to the mountains, and then east of the mountains, this is the European model, and just kind of vanishes. And a lot of the modeling kind of singing that same tune. The weather tomorrow and Friday looks pretty good. It'll be a little bit cooler and dry. And then there's Friday's chart. And then we get on out to the weekend, and that's when things get a little bit more questionable. That's Saturday on the European model. Now, let me show you the GFS at the same time frame. It's not quite as aggressive with the rain, but you still get the idea there's going to be a lot of clouds and maybe some showers as we get deeper into Saturday. Now, as we go into Sunday, there's the European chart, northeast wind with some showers. The GFS actually is in pretty good agreement there, although, again, the rain total's not as impressive on the GFS. And finally, out at 138 hours on the European model, this is Monday afternoon. Still clouds, showers, and cool temperatures. And the GFS, same general idea, though it's kind of a warmer setup, more of a southeasterly flow with some showers of the GFS as opposed to the northeasterly flow on the European. And the GFS eventually brings a big storm system in here as we get into Wednesday and Thursday of next week with a good round of rain, maybe some thunderstorms too. And we'll see. The European timing a little bit different there, but that's sometime later next week when we'll see the next system try to move our way. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.